Just as a side note, I want to make sure you guys know this is a raw, unedited film of me working on this Honda Pilot with my dad. This is going to take 2 hours at least. So I wanted to give you the full length of this video to not make you think that it's quick, because it's not. But that said, this is what it looks like, and this is the entire job. Thanks. Well, hey there, YouTube. Average Joel's Garage here with another video about a regular guy just trying to keep his car on the road. This is my wife's car. It's the 2013 Honda Pilot. Today we're going to be going ahead trying to swap the alternator out ourselves. So the first thing we need to do is move this thing, and I started this already, out of the way. So this sits, this is just your jug for your windshield washer fluid. This sits in a groove just like that. All you do, yeah, I'm here, is you just pick this up and lift this up here and then move this out of the way. Once you move that out of the way, then you have some nut or bolts to undo. Did you find out?
Yeah, he's pointing to the pulley.
Oh, okay, good. We have to figure out which one. There's a pulley tensioner. This is a bolt that sits here, and yes?
Do you care if I have something small, like a cupcake or a cookie?
Do I get to pick which one it is?
Possibly.
Cupcake?
Okay.
As long as you bring him a cookie. Right?
Yeah, I wish. So this was sitting in this hole. That's all you've missed here, is I've basically taken this out. So Dad, I put this on here. This is a size 10.
That's what he did in this one.
And I dropped it into the thing. Oh yeah, it's that day. So then there's one more, which is right down here. So I'm gonna move this camera so you guys can see that. Right there. This why is it so loose?
Yeah, another light, stick light.
Yeah, there's one on the table.
Table.
Right on this table.
This table here?
Here.
Oh.
This is the one. Hopefully you can see it. There's just one. I'm gonna take that one out too. God, that was it didn't fall out. This is gonna make this whole power steering bracket to where we can wiggle this out of the way a little bit. People have taken this hose off. We're gonna try this without, because why take a hose off if you don't have to? So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put this in my little screw catcher on a magnet right here. All right. So I'm gonna put. I like to orient these and stick them where I got them out, or I'll stick them in the holes, like this, for example. So, and this one is here. So that's the hole that one was in. Now that other one that fell down, can we use the light, Dad, and see if we can find it? I don't think I heard click, click, click. So I think she is somewhere in this engine bay. So I had it, and I dropped that thing straight down in there. So I think it's way down in there. So,
Show your video, probably.
all right. So here's what we've decided: that bolt is just something we'll look for later. But what we did, you see this pipe? This pipe is my breaker bar. You guys have seen that from different videos. Can you? So look at that. We want to make sure you guys see the right one. The pulley that does this is actually where that's connected to. Okay, now move the line real quick. Turn it. Yeah, so see where it's attached? It's on the middle pulley. The tensioner one is right there. Let me see if I can focus in. Okay, there we go. See that? You guys see that? That's where you want this to be. So far, this is not this crazy of a job. What we're going to do now is I'm going to, this is a ratchet that I have on here, 14 millimeter, and I'm pushing against it like it's a tensioner. So if you can see, I'm just pushing, not a lot of tension. All I got to do is push this, and this comes right off. Now you got to probably watch your fingers because you don't want this to get you. I should probably just, man, if this is how easy it is to swap this belt out, Honda, good job. But maybe it's not. I don't know. We're going to find that out later. There we go. Okay, so the belt is now loose and off. So we're going to just kind of let this hang here, okay? Just to keep it out of the way. So that's, now that this ratchet, we're going to get this guy out of here. We're going to try to, whoa, we're going to power steering. That's kind of funny. So that, once I put the tension, it really wants to have. Oh yeah, I mean there's tension in this too. I'm going to disconnect this here. That's why I like this breaker bar. Wow, dude. That is on there really good. I'm not sure my best move here, because if I pinch this and walk this in, this breaker is going to break loose. Is there any tension on this? I guess I could just leave it like that and push the tension back. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just leave this in the way. We were debating on if we have to take this power steering out. I see people disconnecting it right here. And so I was going to see if I can do this without doing that.
They also take off the hood.
And they do. They take off that too. So let's go ahead and take that off too. So we set this up here. Now you guys can watch how we do this. Obviously, lights are one of the most important things to have. So if you don't have lights, you really need to get some. Oh, this light is dead. That's okay. I'll get my other one. Luckily, we're doing this in daylight. This has little clips that we need a screwdriver to turn. Can you grab a flat screwdriver? We need to turn these quarter turn right here and right here. And then I'll take that off. And then we're still charging our battery because, of course, this is a brand new battery. So we were thinking that's what's going on. Hoping. It's a lot easier if it's just the battery. Thank you. On here, quarter turn, quarter. I probably have to do just some of the back. Maybe there's not. All right, what am I caught on over there? Anything? There we go. Just pull it straight up. Just gonna set this, I guess, here to remind us that it's a Honda. All right, guys, a little bit more playroom. Now we're trying to go for the alternator, which is down here, so I at least can see everything. I forgot the most important rule. I didn't disconnect the negative terminal on the battery. So let's do that now. Negative terminal. Take this off for a second. Set this here on something plastic. There we go. Now we're safe. Now we can put this back on for good measure to charge. Okay, so now, here we are. So if you'll notice this tensioner, see how much tension and torque it has on it? You don't think that's an issue?
I don't understand why it's there.
Well, it's like very much torque. So if I try to, I just can't get it off. My breaker bar is actually kind of snagged on it, so without the belt tension there, I feel like it's gonna snap in my face. So you see what I'm saying? This is just I guess a torque is probably fine, but it's just kind of weird. So I would use a little bit different solution next time.
Thinner breaker bar.
Yeah, this breaker bar again is a kind of a hack, but I just don't like the fact that it's not on the way I want it. See the
it's kind of twisted.
yeah, that's what I mean. See how it's all torqued.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we should get this power steering thing out of here, just to get it out of the way. What do you think?
Yeah.
So let's find something that we can plug, because they're like, make sure you plug it. Well, we're gonna see if we can plug it with something. Do you think you could use a rubber glove to plug it?
You could, but the main thing is to get that grip. Yeah. You need pliers?
I actually have a tool for this. My brother bought it for me. So let me get that forward. Have you ever used one of these?
Nope.
Watch it not even work. I've used it before, but just in certain applications, there's always a reason that something goes haywire. So, in this case, this pinches on, and so what you do is you put this on wherever you want to pinch. So in this case, we're going to pinch right here. Then you squeeze, and it locks it. So then, now we just have to supposedly back that back out. So, pretty cool. Take it there, all right. Get that out of the way. Or you could just disconnect like that. So now, we're gonna pull this. The diameter is basically your finger. So, what do we have that we could use that's like the size of your finger that's shoving there? You know what? Let's use a screwdriver. What do you think? Think a screwdriver work?
Yeah, or the thumb of your glove, one of your used gloves with some paper towels or whatever shoved up inside there.
See if we can see what we're seeing. All right, let's try this. Let's attempt it. So we're gonna pull this off. Give it a little twist is actually the best way to get it. Now I'm gonna quickly shove this glove and then put the screwdriver in to hold it, so we don't leach a bunch of stuff all over the place.
Right before you take it out.
You guys ready? Shove a glove. Not too bad. We'll be probably changing our power steering fluid in a different video. So we need to shove this with a paper towel in there. Oops. Let's see, hold on. That hold? Okay, so we're testing the glove theory out. It probably would still soak, so I'm gonna see if I can get this guy out of our way. I'm trying to keep it completely out of the belt area. Why is this so obnoxious? Okay. But of course it's still going to want to sit right on the belt. So what we're going to do is, if we keep this up about this high, it's probably not going to drain as much. You could probably stick it, let's see, stick it like this, maybe. A screwdriver, wedge it, and then I would probably pinch this with something. Hey. Maybe a vice grip or something, but this is definitely like, you're not going to sit there and hold your finger the whole time in this. And then is this pump like dumping all to the ground? No. So that's good. So yeah, you'll just want to pinch this with something and keep pressure on it. I'm not sure exactly the best solution for that, other than maybe, oh, let's try the butt of the screwdriver, like this. Nope, still not good. Yeah, we're just trying to find, so you could probably wedge it right here. Actually, Dad, look, if we wedge it right here, that might work. Just right against this. Think so?
Yeah.
Now, there's some fluid around there, so I'm going to go get another paper towel, but I don't think we got any on the belt. Surprisingly. What I like about doing these videos is this is realistic. So if someone goes, oh man, I can do that, they'll be like, oh, never mind. Or maybe, yeah, we can still do that. So, okay, power steering is now out of our way. Now let's see if we can manage this thing. See, I'm stuck in there, man.
This pipe right here is getting tension on it.
Which, this one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was trying to figure out, is how can I get this off of that? See, I have tension on there, but I can't untension it. And I can't even get my wrenches off of there. This breaker bar has been so useful for so many times, but this will be a time I not like it. because all I want to do is get it up and get that ratchet off. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about in a second. I don't know how to do that without just. Well, nope, that sock is gonna pop and push that line. I don't want that either. You see the problem? You know what we need is.
You need something to kind of push
hold it.
against.
Yep.
Here.
We need to wedge What do we wedge this?
Let's see what I get from there. No, use this, Joel. Something with real strength. Where I'm going to put it though, I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know how to.
Okay, so that's what I was gonna say. If you could wedge it between these two right here, so I can pinch, maybe. And I cannot get. Yep, just like that. Yep. No.
I can't get under there now.
No. Okay.
No. If this was a little bit shorter, let me try and go with this.
What about a screwdriver?
Hold on, I'm almost there. Okay, now can you give it some torque? Wait. No. I'm gonna do this second there. That one. I need something a little shorter than this.
You think a screwdriver would wedge it between there, okay, or no?
No. Let's see what I can do here.
We need something that's like a chisel shape. We're trying to wedge. I'll show you guys, but there's a pulley, and so the problem with this is once I let this go, there's a AC line that we're about to push really hard against, and that's never good. And so this breaker bar, while good, we need to have a better solution for this part. Right in between there. Oops. Oh, do you have it right there?
Doesn't really. You have to get that belt off fully, right?
Oh, I should put it on. That way you can just use the belt.
I don't think that would damage the belt though.
Okay. I just don't want to damage the pulley.
Yep. It's going to damage the belt.
Okay.
There's just not anything. There's no room to move around in here.
Nope. Right there, no? Still pushes it. See, it still fights you? Are you able to shove more or no?
I'm able to hold it, I think. Yep.
Because this is just unfortunately perfectly right where that shouldn't be there. Okay.
I don't understand why it's stuck.
Well, this. Okay. So here's the problem. Hold this.
Take the tension off that.
So.
Ratchet.
Okay.
What was the secret? You need to edit all that out.
The struggle is real, as if. Okay. So this goes. I forgot how that went. Okay, so let me bring this down here and show you guys what the problems are. So the tensioner pulley is actually this guy right here. See, can you see it? This guy so my cool socket is still on there, and so that's the only problem. Is I used the socket was a little bit long. I should use a shorter socket. Do you see how that's? Do you think it's still putting? It's not putting pressure on it though, right? I can
Yeah, looks like it might be.
Where's that breaker bar?
I think that's.
Let's see if I can get that off. There's a clip right here that I just popped out of. That makes your life a little bit easier. That gives you a little more wiggle room. Not a lot, but that's one of the problems. Okay, so problem solved there. Got this guy off of there. So now we have no tension. So now we have, and then the power steering is, oh, is it leaking on theirs? Or no?
Maybe, yeah, looks like it was.
Oh, yeah. So this, I would rather have taken this off in a different place. This is, getting this out of the way is kind of a pain in the neck. We need to keep this over here. There, okay. This is where you want to shove it. Shove it all the way in there. Now I'm going to clean off that pulley before things get bad. Alright, Dad, what's next?
Getting out of a pulley like that's going to be a challenge. At least it turns.
It did not drop on the pulley below it, which is good. We just have some, I think you can use engine degreaser to grease the pulleys. We're going to find that out. But essentially, you just need to get in here and clean this off. Huh? They're on the roll on the cabinet door. So now we've got to get into here. Oops. And these just keep having more crap in there, don't they? Because this is in your way kind of no matter what. I guess over here is probably the best place for it. Now we're going to go after some of these mounts. So let's take this one off. That's a 10mm. See if you guys can see where that one's at. $10mm, right? Dad's taking a 10mm long, like this extension, right? And see how this isn't swivel? I like that swivel one. Have you seen this? This one before? These are cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got this whole pack, which came with this swivel one, from $10 on Amazon. So again, not sponsored, but definitely should buy them. Oh, remember, see, now I have more flexibility. Where's that regular? Well, I guess we'll just use this guy. Come here. Okay, so we have the 10mm bracket. One guy said, we watched the other YouTube videos on this just to see how everybody else does it. I like to do this a lot of times unedited when there's a good video. There's some great ones, but now it's just like, this is a real struggle of how long this takes. Okay, so this is there. This is this one here. These bolts, one was here. So now that clamp is loose on that side. Now we need to do a 12mm. I think is what everybody said for that one, which is the power. So we got the boot already pinched off. Let me get the 12 on that one. I don't have a flexi 12, do I? I don't. So let's see what else I have. Well, all right, 12mm. At least the rain stopped. This is a 13. This is a 12. So I'm gonna get an extension, longer one. Okay. Loosening. Do I have another extension? I don't think I do. Yeah, you're right about not being able to work in here, though. Man, you did not make this easy. All right, so right here. Wow. I need to see if I have. I'd like to use power on that, but I don't know how I can get. Let me see, because this one is too long, I think, right?
Try it.
Now, this is a longer one, so let's go with the short one now. Short 12 millimeter here. Look at that, like right underneath this spot. So yes, I have some room, but not really. This one's almost. This is. Let me see if I have a
You need a half size.
half size of that. Let's see if we have one. Let's see, how about this? Where'd it go? Did I lose it already? There it is. All right. A little bit better. Now, I have to pause the video because my wife is back. Let's put this on here and see what we got. Okay, now I'm underneath this thing. You want to pause it?
Hello. How's the kid?
How bad?
Oops. Oops.
Okay, so this is the 12 millimeter. We loosened it up just by using this one on the ratchet. So now I'm going to carefully see how this looks like. There's a nut. I would recommend getting a magnet on that. So we're going to grab a magnet. Okay, so now we got this nut. Set that here. That's fine, we're already trying to remember which one this one was from. Oh, that's why you do a video. That's why you do a video. You should always do a video. Always. Okay, then you pinch this, looks like. Pull that straight up. Okay. That's good. One thing up. What is this? This looks like this is the post that stays on the alternator. Would you agree?
Right.
So now, we're going to go over this. You can't really move him out of the way, but he's part of our wiring harness, so I'm just going to ignore him now for the time being. And now we got this rubber boot here. So, let's see what we can do with this guy. Man, this is so annoying. I don't know, did those guys like tie this off or something?
I don't know what they did.
So everybody's like, oh, there's a clip on here. Let's pinch it and see what happens. Nothing, which is what I expected. I hate these clips so much. They're just difficult. So, you know, if it was out on a table and we were all like just drinking tea and having a good time, it'd be easy. But no. So it looks like I think you pinch right there. Would you agree? You pinch right, push this.
Yeah, we can't see that from this perspective.
No? Okay, let me see if I can do it. And if I can get it out, then I'll show you guys. Oh, okay. So I can't pull this any higher, but this orients, I believe, like this. Hold on, come here. There we go. Okay, you can't even really see it. There's a, see that little bracket? You push your thumb against that. That actually pushes and it opens. Wow, this is nice.
And that's on the bottom, correct?
That is on the side.
Side.
Yeah, but there's still one more wire. So I guess there's an AC wire, which they're like, oh yeah, it's right there. Yeah, they showed it from the bottom. I have no idea how we're gonna get that, but we're gonna. So let's see. He said there's a clip, a blue clip. Well, of course, that doesn't help me reaching underneath and feeling something. But at least the car's not hot. That's not good. Ooh. I feel a clip. I think. Might be a starfish. Ouch. Ugh. That's a great angle. That's a great angle. I would probably suggest taking this off. But I have bigger hands, so let me see if I can get on there and lay on top of the engine. Gonna pause it now.
Yep.
Okay, so I got higher. That doesn't really help me much. But let me see if I can use my left hand. Go in there. Sticking your hand in a dark place you can't see. Something like that idea. Okay. Might need a new technique for this. Any suggestions there, Daddy-o?
Well, it's hard to see what you see on that side.
Yeah, I can't see anything on that side. That's why we can move this out of the way, and then.
What are you trying to get? This wire right there hanging down?
See the black wire?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, viewer, if you're looking, there's a plastic clip, another one that you pinch. Let me see if I can. You'll hold the light like this. I don't think I can show this either. Dadgum, I can't get my hand past that. I'm gonna take. That's just a what is it called for the spark plug? Coil pack. I'm like, why am I spacing? I'm gonna take a coil pack. The other guys didn't, but their hands may not be as big, or I'm just going. That hurts. This coil pack right here is right in my way. I just can't get around it. I'm hoping if I take it off, I can get better access. Wow, that's not good. So whenever I unscrew stuff, I always roll my finger against it most of the time. That way I have a grip on it.
You have your metal tray there.
Yes, thank you. Oh, Honda, I love you. Put this back in here, put this clip off. These clips at least are somewhat serviceable. When the cars are older, you'd be us. I mean, you cannot get the stuff off anything, especially when you're in the Arizona or New Mexico heat. What if I just lift it up a little bit? No, I don't want to get gunk on my spark plug tube. Why can't I get that out? It's almost like I need two hands. There we go. Okay. Watch. You can't even probably pull this out. Barely. Okay. Now I can reach around a little bit
Do you
better.
need to plug that or protect it?
I was gonna stick something in there, but I'm just not sure what. I'll put a paper towel or a glove. You know, we'll stick a glove in there. This is the theme of the day. Stick a glove in there. Okay. Now, down here, I saw that black plastic clip or the blue, whatever it is. Okay, guys, here's what I was trying to show you, if you can see. So, right there, that's one of those clips. You just push straight down and pinch and just rock it off. So we got that off too. So I think, Dad, we have two more things holding this in. Would you agree?
Yeah, there's two bolts.
Okay, so I think they're both on this side.
12 and 14, I think.
Okay.
Are they?
So one of the things I found is now that we've got this loose, we can actually kind of wiggle and move this. This is just a wiring harness. So we're gonna get this out of our way, okay? And then the next thing to do is there are 2 bolts that we need to put. Now I'm gonna probably put this back in just because now I'm good to go. So I'm gonna, because again, you guys saw how easy that was. I had to take that out. I couldn't get my hand. Now again, other guys differently built. My hands are just fat when it comes to this kind of stuff. So I'll put that here. I'm gonna leave that dangling because I gotta put the screw back on too. So that's there. Now let's see what else we have. We gotta get the 14mm down below. So I need to figure out how to get him loose. And then this is when he comes out. They make it sound like you can just finagle him through here. Like there's a space in here. We're gonna see if that's true. Move that belt out of the way. So 12mm bolt somewhere in there. We're gonna go find it. All right, so if you can see this, hopefully you can. Down right here, my fingers. There's a 14mm. I think the long socket will be the better one. I'll put that there. See if I can break them loose. I gotta get something on them. Let's see if I can use a breaker bar. Not very easily in here. Can I get to them? The problem with some of these breaker bars is getting your own way. Let's see. I think that's 3/8. Okay, so now if I broke it loose like that, I'd be kind of almost ashamed. Because I mean, someone didn't put this in very well. So here we go, Mr. Breaker Bar. I'm gonna go down, put it straight on here, and then give him a quick. Okay, we broke him loose. Now, I was gonna just tell you guys this is a perfect knuckle buster moment. That's exactly what it is. So make sure you keep that on there still. Good grief. That breaker part really does a lot of work for you. Okay, now I'm going to take that and just take this long one and see if I can just put this on here. Just nicely back him off. So he's mostly off. I'm gonna put my fingers on him, spin him. He's a longer one, I feel like. Okay. See? All right. Well, we won't forget that one. Okay. Now, somewhere on here is holding this guy on there. Is a 12, and I'm not sure which one that is. This is a cover right here, I think. This does seem like somewhere right around here is gonna be one. See, this is my time belt cover there, so, which, yeah, I gotta do that too. I wasn't planning on digging this far in. But when I was realizing how much this was going to cost, I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to pay these. Like, I can do this part. Oh, I think, is it right here? That might be it. I think this is it right here. Should be number 12, and it's directly above that pulley. Let's try it and see. 1, 2, 3. Where is Mr. 12? Okay, 12. There we go. 12. Let's see if he's 12. Right above the pulley, is that what I said? Okay, well, there is something right there. So let me get a better angle at it. Hopefully you guys can see. You guys have a better view than I do. Man, lucky. Lucky. Now, this may be the wrong one. I don't know. We're just going to loosen it anyway. See what happens. Okay, so we're going to protect our knuckles a little bit. Come on, get in there. Of course, this hose is right in the way. Nope, it's not going to budge, so I'm going to put the breaker bar on. Twist a little bit. Now we'll take the breaker bar off. The problem with this breaker bar is it's not completely this doesn't free spin in here. So it'll go in like this, but then when you torque it, it doesn't all the way spin all the way around. Maybe that's good. So far, it's been bad for this today. Now, anything moving with this? Let's see. I may regret. I think the 14 one is the one you want to take off at the end. We'll see. If this comes crashing down on me, then we'll know I was wrong. Okay, come on. Everybody wants to watch you struggle. Here we go. Oh, that does look like it because you can't see, but on the other side of this bracket, I see a bolt spinning. So that's a good thing. So let me see if I can use just my fingers and twist them. Now, it's a little bit slippery, so I'm gonna go get, just to make this easy, my little thumb screwy guy. Harbor Freight tool. So useful for situations just like this, where you're like, weird clearances. I think I found it, Dad.
You found what?
The 12 millimeter. Now, I think I'm wondering if this is going to fall, so I'm going to try to brace this as I take this out.
Well, have you gotten the first screw out?
Yeah, the 14's out.
Okay, no, it's not going to fall, because remember they had to work it out? They had to wiggle that thing out.
Okay, here's the 12.
Now you're going to have to manhandle it to get it out of there.
Ooh, that's a good feeling.
Yeah,
Something moved.
Yeah,
Okay, so you up and down, and then you push.
That pivot point right there is what you got to manhandle it out of.
There's a way to push against that. Well. Okay.
Just keep working it.
Well, now it's what I need to do.
You've got the bolt out of that hinge spot, right?
Yep.
So you should be able to work it out of there.
Okay, I lost the ability to flex, which maybe means I've made progress. Where's the big screwdriver? There we go. Perhaps if you shove this down here between these two and wedge, you can. What I was trying to accomplish is some sort of pressure towards the back of the car. You know what? To bang it this way. Out.
I think you want to bring it towards the front.
Do I?
Right.
Oh, maybe. I thought the guy stuck it through this way. Am I gonna damage the wires? I hate wires. I want to jack them up. Okay, so I would always tell you guys, this is when you watch a video, is right now, and go, how do I get this out? This is pivoting, and I thought the pin goes that way. I thought the guy put it back, and he rocked it around.
Have you shined a light down there to look at it?
No, I have not. Let's see.
Let me see the light. See, look over here.
So there's room towards you.
So if you look over here, Joel, you want to pull it towards the radiator. Yeah, keep going, you're getting it. There you go, you got it.
Okay.
So see that you wanted to pull it away from the engine. Okay, so now that we got that, I noticed we may want to.
Ouch. Yeah, go ahead. I just pinched the crap out of myself.
We may want to loosen this hose right here to make it easy to get out.
Okay. Suggestion noted. All right, so this has
Right.
a clamp. Was that in the picture? Can you pivot it a little bit? Probably a wonderful 10 millimeter, which is our friend.
This guy's in the way. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Terrorism. All right. We go. Where?
Make
This
sure you can see it. Hold on. Yeah, you can see it now.
Why does that seem like I got tighter? Doesn't that seem weird? Now, if we... Again, this is one I'm going to back out. I'm going to stick right back in, if I can. And I'm going to drop it on the ground. But I don't cuss, so it doesn't matter. Okay, that's good. Oh, man.
And then you want to...
Now I got to... That, what's funny, just be prepared that this is not light.
Well, you're going to pull it. You're going to set up. I'm going to pull it up.
Oh, no, I was just telling Mr. Camera person watching. You're like, I'm going over here. Okay. We are the champions, maybe. Yeah, so I'm hitting a lot of metal. I'm going to do that, so.
Get myself in a position where I can be an actual help. I might want to double check the camera's pointed well.
Oh, it's probably at my shoulder right now. I don't think we can come through here. I think they pull it up this way.
Okay.
But I've unfortunately wedged it in pretty good. I knew this is the part that was going to be the worst. This was just like a starter on that other car. Okay. This, can I get that out? I mean,
Oh, yeah. I would take...
let's take that. Isn't that a 10 millimeter right here?
Yeah, looks
The
like
mount?
It. Yeah, the mount.
Let's get that off. Is it this guy right here? Is that it? No.
Yeah, that looks like it.
No, that's the valve cover. It's below that. But okay, come here. Get a little bit of an extension on this. Hey, neighbor. What's up? Always nice to have good neighbors. The best neighbors are the ones that say hi. Okay, first let me just see if I can get this on there and make sure it's the right size in the first place. But you agree? Taking that off makes a huge difference?
Yeah, if you can get it off.
Can you see that?
No.
I can't see it.
I can't either. No. I didn't know there was another bolt there.
Something's right here. That's a 12 millimeter. Can you do me a favor? I'm gonna get a 12. Can you verify that that's actually gonna do me something good?
How do I verify?
Oh, just when you look at it, does it look like it's gonna do something? Where the heck is this phone? Hey, how's it going? Hey, good man. How you doing? There it is. Hello. It's like, where do I lose that? Yeah, does it look like it's gonna do something?
Remember, I can't see it.
Ah, so the answer is no.
Right.
Okay. Let's try Mr. Breaker. Nope, still can't use that one. I'm trying to have an excuse to use that, but no dice. You know, you actually have this breaker bar because you had me when I was a kid. You have a breaker bar. So I made a ghetto one just like you did. So I'm going to put this one on here. Mine's a little bit different because mine's... Was yours a black pipe?
No, mine was actually the extension pipe for a ceiling fan.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, you know how you can make a ceiling fan drop down 2 feet, 3 feet?
Yeah.
I just flattened it out with a hammer.
Well, and you painted it red? I think yours is red, right? Or no? No, I must be thinking something else.
White.
Okay, this was the hack right here, so.
Now, are you going to be able to get it the right same orientation when it
I have no
falls
idea.
off?
So, we have this on video, right?
Yeah.
And let's see you up here. Let's see if I can take this. So what I'm gonna do, let me get this bolt out. And then
That's what holds the alternator, correct?
did I take the wrong one off?
No. It's just it needs to go back in a way that will make sure the alternator is secure.
Scratch that pulley too bad.
Almost. Which way do you want this hose?
I'm not sure. And then just for fun, we should probably bench test this at the O'Reilly dealer. Or I mean, Checker, AutoZone, Napa, whoever can do it.
You might want to pause before you pull it out.
Yeah, why?
So people can see it.
Okay. Made in Korea. Just kidding. There's nothing wrong with Korea. Flying Kias. This is not a Kia anyway. Just having fun. Okay. So, I don't see anything wrong here as if. So this we will take out, have it bench tested, and then we already know it should be dead, but then we will.
Who can bench test it?
You can take this to Checker, O'Reilly, AutoZone, Napa, Advanced Auto.
Okay.
It's Sunday, so they're probably not open. So of course everything goes wrong on Sunday, but at least we have all this figured out. Now we'll put some of these bolts back in place while we're making sure we have this done, and we'll call it a day. So we're gonna pause it, and then we're gonna do the install. All right, so now we're here. We're at AutoZone, and I'm taking this. This is the core. This is the old alternator. We're gonna go test it right now.
And what year is the vehicle?
2013. It's a Honda Pilot. I just do LX. It's not badged, so I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah.
Why?
So does it put power to it? Is that how it works?
Yeah, so there's a negative, so this is the ground right here.
Yep.
This is the positive wire right here. So
Just kidding. Look at the story now.
right there. The ground, so any piece of metal on the alternator.
All right. And that just does a load test against it.
Yeah, it would do a full test as if in a vehicle, so we'll get to see it spin and everything if it's a good alternator.
Okay.
31.
You said it takes, was it seconds? How long does it actually go for?
So it's testing the whole thing in the alternator to the core and every bit of it. There you go. So, yeah, failed.
Fail! Alright, so we tested it, it's right there, and it failed. So now we're gonna go ahead and go to Honda, go get a brand new one. Well, a remanufactured one, and then drop off this core so we don't pay 70 bucks for that too. So let's do that next. Alright, so we went to the dealer, bought a new remanufactured, it has a little label here, it says remanufactured for Honda, 12 volts, USA Denso. So we have our new alternator. So now we're going to go through the process of trying to put this thing back in. Now, one of the first things I got to do is I got to clear off that one belt. If you remember that pulley, I got some power steering fluid on there. So we're going to use brake parts cleaner to spray on it, clear that off to get it to dissolve and eat that stuff up. So we're going to put some towels around it, and I'll show you how that's going to get done. So I got some brake cleaner, and this is the old school stuff. I think it says chlorinated kind. Does it say it? Anyway, most of them say non-chlorinated, but you want brake parts cleaner because it evaporates clean. But this stuff is nasty, so you want to make sure you obviously don't spray it in your face. And you don't need that much, so I've put cloth all the way around if you can see. So I'm just going to hit that wheel a little bit. As you can see, I've got stuff all underneath and around it. So now I'm going to spin the wheel a little bit, make sure that that's looking cleaner. That's much cleaner now. Got that gunk off there. We're going to use a clean rag to make sure we have no extra goo in there. Now we've turned it all the way around, so we're going to spray it again. Make sure we got that track clean. You can tell this one's old. Yeah, this stuff is definitely stinky and not good for you to breathe. So if you happen to get stuff on there, this is what you want to use. Use brake parts cleaner. Open air. Do not do this in a closed garage. It's a bad idea. I don't know if you can see, but the grooves are totally clean now, which is what we want because we have a new belt coming on this, and we want to make sure that that belt is going to not be slipping. We want to make sure it adheres to everything. So we'll let that dry off. I think I might hit it one more time just for good measure to make sure we have everything as clean as possible. I stuffed the rag underneath on the bottom too, so there's stuff hitting it both that way. So if it drips down, we're all right.
You get it pretty clean?
Yep, clean's really nice. I looked up using engine degreaser, and it was actually recommended to not. It's actually said this is better because this evaporates, and like I said, because I have whatever will drip off on the bottom as I turn this is dripping off onto the rag below it. So now as I turn this, it looks really clean. So that's good. Okay, so now we've cleaned that pulley off. We're gonna stick our rags somewhere out of the way. We'll leave that one there. This one is for that here, and we have the new Denso remanufactured alternator, so we got to shove that all the way back down in there. So let me see if I can adjust my camera. And again, this video is not as much. Well, I dropped it. This thing bounced off. So what caused this alternator to fail, or the old one in the first place? That's one of the things we have to determine. So the other one had a bunch of gunk all over the place, and it's funny. I'm looking at these windings. They actually have some dark spots on them, which is interesting. So I'm not sure exactly why, but this has from the dealer, I have a 12-month warranty, so that starts today. So we'll get this inside here, and if you guys remember, I had to go this way, and I need to make sure I have it end up like this, right? So let me see where my angle is. There's a bolt here. I think it goes in just like that, and this is the other clip. Something very close to this. Maybe it's down. Yeah, I think this is up. That looks correct. So orientation doesn't matter on this kind of stuff. Let me see. We have two connectors. Yeah, there's nothing there. This is not a connector. So it's just this 4-pin one right here that's brown, and this black one, which is our 12mm that we're gonna put back on there. So this is how we want it, and obviously this is where the belt goes. So now we're gonna see if we can nicely maneuver this in here. Get this to go where we need it to go. I have to say, there's not a lot of movement room for this, because we need it underneath right in here. And I believe I went down. Okay, go straight down. That seemed to have worked. Now we're going to see if we can pick it up, turn it, walk it in that space. Let me get my boxes to stand on. See those boxes right here?
Right.
Okay. Getting this where it's supposed to go is not easy. It's like you get kind of close, and then you're like, is it there? No. Oh. Okay, so at least I broke through here. So now I'm in the inside. I should be able to pivot this around. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're close to where we need to be now. One of my lights I just had disappeared. Let me find that one. There it is. Okay. So I can see I'm supposed to line this up with this right here. Something like that. There. That's actually, I believe, where it sits. So, I remember them struggling a lot more in a video on that, and that seemed like that fell right into place. You agree?
Yeah, it has to, but no, that looks like it. No, you were in the right place. Now, getting the bolt through there will take a little bit.
Well, and that's the thing. This is that really long bolt, and if you remember the 14mm.
Yeah.
So, I'm hitting threads. That seems like that went in easier than I was thinking. Now, there was a clamp, and I believe right here is that space. That was another mount point. So, let me go find that piece in our area of cool leftover parts.
Yeah.
So really, other than that bolt, this is really all the stuff we've taken off. So this is not like a lot of parts. Some jobs have a lot more. This is not one of them. Just remember we put the bolts back in where they're supposed to be. I remember this thing R70 like that. And I believe this housing attaches to that right through that hole here. I think that's where that goes. So that said, there should be this is why I'm gonna have to watch my own video and make sure I have the right way orientation for this, because I thought, of course, I thought this went right in here, something like this. Let's see, how did you go? It could go like that, maybe. That seems kind of weird. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Obviously, it wasn't like this. That doesn't make any sense. I don't remember seeing. So when this comes down, this is going to rest on top of one of these and mount to it, so it holds in here. So, R70. Well, we know it's not in this hole here, and it's not this one. So this, I am pretty confident, goes to this right here. That seems like that is actually a clean surface. Something was here though, so I wonder if it was like that. Let me see if we can go in like that. Does that look about right? I think that goes that way.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I remember, from this perspective, I could not see the bolt.
Yeah, it's kind of hidden. This little, there it is. This little spot. And it's very tempting to put a power tool on this, but first get it free spinning, and then see how it says R70. I think that's how he had it. Let me go get a socket. So that's a 12 bit, yeah.
That certainly looks like it, because you can see where your alternator mounts probably to the. You see that?
Yeah, and then does the alternator mount to this?
Well, it looks, there's a hole there that seems to be lining up with your alternator right now, as you adjust your alternator position.
Well, what about this right here? What is this guy?
That right there. Look at the back, and then lift up on your R's. See, it looks like that guy lines right up with that.
Oh, so no, this doesn't go any farther though. See, I think this
Like
is...
your alternator can move, right? Can it not? Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So, this mount holds the alternator in like that.
It looks very suspicious like that. Is indeed the case.
And that makes sense because it would pass right through this and bite onto that. Okay.
Are there threads in that?
On this side of it.
Okay. They're not visible from this side.
But let's get
Okay,
this
that sounds right.
12 millimeter, right? This is a 12 millimeter guy right here. So now I gotta find which one of those. Oops. Oh man, I hate when you don't hear the ground sound. Okay, let's find out where that went. This is called dropping tools all day, because it wasn't crazy enough to be in jury duty all day. We have to drop all of our tools too. Let's see, where is my socket? All right, Dad. How did I get that tool out of there? You see it? I don't even see it.
You said it did not hit the ground?
Nope.
What was it?
This is an entire ratchet, or there's a 12 millimeter with a round stick thumb turner on it. Going after it. I have two things on there to search for. Okay, we're gonna have to go after that later. That's just ridiculous. This is probably not long enough, is it? Not really. So we want to have an extension on this. Did you see on that breaker bar? I had some extensions. We'll do a video about all the important tools. This is an extension that gives me a little, and then you might have to kind of use one hand here to. It was much easier with that thumb one, but I dropped it, so now I gotta go find that too. But again, this is really how this works. If you are trying to do this yourself, don't drop stuff in here that you need, or you're gonna go to the bottom and you're gonna have to go find it. So Dad, you were able to see this right here? Okay, I just want to make sure you guys can see. This is the 14 right here. This one that's kind of sticking out, and then there's this one right here that we're putting in. It's hidden right here, but it's definitely there. There's a hole, and is it? I think it's blocked. I may have to. Can you take the camera and go down? So here's the alternator, right? right here. There's this bolt that is hiding. It's not this one. It's, come on, focus. It's this one. Keep focusing on this light. Right here. So funny. It's like, let me focus on this too. I'm like, no, you stupid thing. Focus right here. There you go. So right here. So now we're gonna leave it a little bit of loose, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this alternator up and then line this up here, and I'm gonna put a bolt through that. So that, I believe, is this bolt right here. So let me try that with one hand. I'm going to lift the alternator if I can with my fingers. That's not very easy. So you might want to do right hand. It's cool, so I don't drop this one in there too. Right hand goes up. Left hand. Okay, where's the hole? Come on. Now, I'm touching the hole, but I definitely need some sort of another way. So let's wedge something here to hold that alternator up. So, because right now it's just going to fall back down. So let me find, call my rags here. Too much rag. Grab the bolt so it doesn't fall, because it will want to. If everything falls. Okay. This wiring harness couldn't be more obnoxious, but I'm trying to keep it from getting twisted. So you guys see how that's right there? It's not where you want it, so you gotta rock this up like this. I wonder if it would make sense to tighten that all the way up. I can feel it. Oh, I got threads. Good. Okay, so I got threads. Now I'm gonna tighten that one. That's the. So that's the. This is just not my day.
It drops straight down there.
Yeah, like this is like the catcher of all bad things. This stupid car is like the eater of everything. Okay, so let me see this one. Let me give this one a couple of tugs. Come here. Okay, that's not all the way on, but it's close. Now that's too long. Thank God for magnets. Okay, now we've taken the extension off. We're gonna secure the alternator with this. And then at this point, once this is on here, we'll look up the torque settings, figure out what those are. I can see on the other side of this that the bolt is coming through this mount, so that's good. Let's see. You know, what would be perfect is actually if I had like that socket that I dropped down, the deep socket. That's exactly what you want. Okay, that is secure. That's a 12, and this 12 is in there too. So those two are secured, but not torqued down all the way. So we'll take this rag out. Now we're going to find our missing tools and everything else we've dropped down there, and we'll be back.
All right, I'm pausing.
Okay, so I went down, got the tool that I dropped. This also fell as well, so I've gotten that back with my lucky magnet. I'm gonna stick that back in here so I don't lose that. I don't know why that fell out. That doesn't make any sense, but that is just how things go. So, observing this, I've noticed that there's a little bit more power steering on that pulley on the bottom. That's definitely not good. So I'm gonna put some more rags down there to catch the spray, and then I'm gonna spray it again. Never spray this stuff up, because it'll drip on your face and then you're gonna have a serious problem. So be very cautious, as I've said with this brake parts cleaner stuff. So let's see if we can hit that pulley. Of course, this one's all bad. We do have a new one. It's supposed to spray in a straight line. Okay, let's try this again. Now, aiming it where I need to hit it. See if I can find a position, which I likely will not easily do, because nothing seems to be easy with this area. There. That's better. All I'm doing is just clearing that off. Now that guy is probably not going to turn, because obviously that's our fly. Let's see. So air conditioner, that one is clean. So look at all your belts. Make sure you didn't get any power steering on any of them. So if you do this, secure your power steering line, because that was my problem, is I didn't get that secured well enough, and now I have, unfortunately, more work. That's why we do YouTube, guys, so you know what to and not to do. Now, brake parts cleaner is supposed to dry clean, and so as I coat this, right here, that should drip on the bottom, drip down, and give us a clean surface to mate with the belt. So hopefully that is exactly what we're doing. Check below. Luckily my rag is actually catching all that. That's good. So let's go back to the alternator. This lines back up here with one of those bolts. I believe it's this one. Trying not to drop it. This is a job where if you're doing this and you're tired, boy, it certainly doesn't help, does it? Okay, goes right there. You may want to put your clips or clamps on first, but let's just see what happens. Now that's a 10 millimeter, so let me get something to turn that with. Sometimes these black ones that you can use for pneumatic can give you enough grip. You can just use your fingers with your gloves. Did I see where I'm going there? Here. You heard the ground. Okay, I'm just getting sick of this not working. So let me make sure this is the right one. This I believe is the one that's supposed to go in here. I'm not sure. Yep, that definitely is. We're just free spinning because it hates me. Let's see. So it does go there though. It fits perfect, so that's where it's supposed to be. I'm just trying to not drop it. I'm pushing it through. That way it mates. It's hard to see this. That's now I'm in the hole. Now you want to hit it with some sort of tool if you can, so it doesn't come falling out of there. There we go. That's better. That's a 10 millimeter, right?
Looks like it.
Let's see if I can drop another tool. Okay, so we are now fairly snug. We gotta come back and torque all these. Now let me see if I can find that tool down below real fast. There's one. Did you happen to see that one I dropped?
No.
I heard it roll down the street, I think.
Oh, I'll look down the street.
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay. So now.
I see a bolt sticking out.
You do? Where?
You probably know.
Where? Which bolt?
This one right down there. I'm going to touch it.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the 14 millimeter. What we're gonna do is.
Is that guy seated in his threads?
Yep. Yeah, if you reach down and pull on him, he's not moving, so we just have to tighten him. So he's one of the ones we got to tighten. But I want to make sure that I can get these on first. So this is that boot. I don't know, can you see that in the camera or no? There's nothing, nowhere for that to stay. Those lights are so irritating. Okay. Okay, so this is that piece that goes right back on there. See that? See that? Now we're going to put the nut that I dropped earlier onto that. Let's see if we can find a way to secure this. So that is a 12, which is this. Lift it up, see if I got it. Okay. Got it started, that's good. Of course, this rubber boot's definitely important. Don't cut it off. You need that. Keeps the water out of here, right?
Yeah.
This is one guy that does his channel from Hawaii. I'm like, oh my gosh, that must be so hot. So, look up the torque for that one. And then we have two. No, I'm sorry, we have one. We just have to put this clip. So can I? Yeah, there you go. Give me some light. So we're going to orient this. I think it goes. Here, that clip. And then the rubber boot. So let's get that. Okay. That was my glove. Why is this rubber boot not want to go on there? I knew there was a third one. See, this is that third one I was telling you about for the AC.
Mm-hmm. One that was buried.
Where was that on this thing? I don't remember seeing that on this one. Do you?
It was buried way down low.
Yeah, underneath on the bottom, right?
Yep. You just feel for the connector possibly.
Yeah, I remember looking at them and they looked identical, but I don't remember seeing where that was. Oh, I remember. I had to take the spark plug out. Remember that?
Yep.
Because I couldn't get my hand in there. So, I'm not spark plug, but I had to take this out. When you're tired, you'll drop more stuff. So if you're doing this and you find yourself tired, just kind of, I don't know. Sometimes in life you don't get to take a break, especially when you have enough kids. But if you can, do this when you have a little more time. Okay. Pull that up all the way. And we'll take a inside out clean glove and shove it in the spark plug hole just to make sure we don't get anything in there. You can also blow it out, but just save myself some time. Now we're fan down. Fill a plug. Well, I feel something blue right here. That's it.
You feel something blue? How do you feel blue?
I feel blue. You never feel blue? I feel blue. Well, I don't know. I just feel blue. There's a round something over here, but what you can do if you're not sure, take your phone and bring it down and see if you can, get your hand in there. See if I can. Now I can move this out of the way. I think. Let me see. If I put this in, this will still be in our way. So I'm gonna just kind of move this back over here. I know it blocks your guys' view, but you may be able to look straight down. I gotta figure out how to get that connector on, and I need to see some lights. Let me get this electrical cables out of here. Okay. So can I see that connector I need to get to? Yep. I think let me see that. Light.
I don't feel sorry for these people.
I see looks like a nut and then a if they sold me the wrong one, that will not be cool. Gosh, I'm not seeing that connection on this one. Let me see if I don't think I can even see it from underneath. I'm gonna go underneath and just look. Okay. I think I found it.
Well, does it plug in and connect?
Huh?
Does it plug in and connect?
Well, the problem is I can't reach it from here because I have this underskirt. So if I could stick my hand in it. Let me see if I can reach this. Okay, can you see my hand?
Yep. And you
So I see somewhere right around here, there's a weird looking piece. And of course, can't reach my hand up there and see. Okay, I think I found it. Wow, that's so annoying. Okay, so what you have to do is it goes right where those AC lines are. Let me see if I can watch my hand. Oh, there's a little tiny peephole if I do this. Okay. There's a hole that's like just barely visible. I can look through, so hopefully I won't get stuff in my eye. Where's the? Can you hand it? Put my fingers? Yeah. A little higher up. Yeah, I got it. Now, wait a second.
now you're pulling down and torquing it pretty.
Just for a second. I'm not gonna pull it down hard. I have to just turn it and stick it on that piece right there. So right where it is where it needs to go. It just needs to turn this way and then go on. I can feel the plug.
just can't. I gotta give you mine too.
Can I pause this?
Yeah. Okay, so the struggle was very much there. We actually got it, but what I had to do is I had to go down below, look up, and he actually I had to describe where and how to turn it. So that is challenging. You can get to it from the top, but you got to know the orientation. So okay, all of our connectors are good. So now what we're going to do is we'll put in the spark plug piece back together. I say we torque everything that we need to down, and then we work on our belt. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's get this out here. Wasn't it easier with this thing out of the way?
Yeah.
I don't know how
yeah, there's no way to do it.
Yeah, I don't know how those guys did that. Oh, this is crazy. When the guy's like, "Oh yeah, just pull this, reach your hand down." I'm like, no, that doesn't. My hand no worky that way. So that's a 10 millimeter. Do you happen to have your phone?
Yeah.
Can you search for me the specs on some of this stuff?
Torque?
Torques, yeah. Now, the spark plug, I'm not as worried about. That's going to be a pretty much normal. This is not the plug itself. This is just a coil pack. So as long as that's snug, that's very likely good enough. Now, we don't have anything else other than, we have this one, so we got to hit this 12 millimeter. So if you just say 12 millimeter or alternator bolts maybe for this vehicle, we'll see if we can find the torque settings. Let me get some longer extensions. What you can do,
You can use this because it pivots. You can actually apply torque on it. Even though it's a
Main
breaker.
positive battery cable terminal B plus nut on the alternator does not have a high torque specification. Should only be tightened gently and snug, roughly 8.7 to 12 foot-pounds.
Yep, that would go with what that said. I had a breaker bar on it, and I just gave it a little bit of a snug tug, so that should be good. Let me set this up here. You don't ever want to put your breaker bar anywhere near your battery, because if you bump it, well.
Okay, now the 14 millimeter lower mounting bolt is 33 foot-pounds.
Okay.
And the upper one is 16. So 33 and 16.
What kind of trick do you think we should use for getting this boot back on this guy?
Just stretch it on. That's why I stretched it off. So.
Yeah, it's easier to come off, that's for sure. It does not want to. It's probably easier when this is warm. I'm guessing the day, because you can't. Oh man, I was close, but there's a guy that said he used a hook. He had a.
Yeah, it would rip it. Are you binding on something?
It binds on this part and this part right there. Come here. So now both sides. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna wriggle it. See if I can. Nope. Maybe if I pinch.
It looks like it's almost over.
It seems like it, but there's a whole lip right here. It's got a good. Huh. I'm gonna move this out of my way again. This is one of those where we need Daddy Darren, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, finger in, push down, got it. Well, no I didn't. That was closer. Finger in the middle. Other finger. This is ridiculous. It's still binding on that one side. Did I get it? No. Oh, yes. Wait, hold on. I feel like it's still binding. Do you agree?
And I need to pull it down on the far side.
Gosh, I keep tearing my arms up on this thing right here. Did I drop something on the engine? I feel like I did.
No. There you go.
There we go, okay. Whew!
I don't know why it was being so stubborn.
Ah.
This is probably what you heard.
Yeah, I thought I saw. Oh no, this film. This right here's in there too. There's a light in there. Let me see if I can get that light out.
Remember the days when there wasn't all this crap in all these cars?
Oh, this plastic junk everywhere. If I hand this to you, will you be able to grab it?
Yeah, I could try.
Nothing to do with it.
Oh, there it is. Okay. I was on the other side. Hold on. Okay, I got it.
Okay, now I gotta get that 14, then that one's 30, you said?
33 and come back here. 33 on the lower and 16 on the upper, which is a 12. So the smaller millimeter is a smaller torque. 33.
Let's see if we can. So this guy right here actually does it to, I think it's 35. So I use this to make our lives a little easier. If we can get to it.
Well, be careful with it. Where is it? So the top one is going to only 16. So
This is, I was gonna do the bottom one. Okay,
Okay.
and I don't think I can do the bottom with this one.
This is too long of an extension. See that?
Yep.
Okay. So that's 35 on that one. I should probably snug it just to make sure. There's my breaker bar for that. Did I leave it over there?
Where's your torque wrench?
That is over here. Let me get that. I think it's in my automotive drawer. There you go. Is it 35?
33, 16.
All right, torque wrench time. 35 is 0 right here. So 30. You said 33?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. See how close our tool is to being actually that much poundage. I wonder how critical it is for this to be the right one. I mean, like if it's like 40, you think it matters? I doubt they torque it in the shop.
Oh, I bet they do.
I don't know. These guys are pretty fast. They just want the job done. Ready? Let's see if we get. I would have expected it to click already. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. As long as you got it set right.
33, right? Foot-pounds. Wish I could test it on something else, but I just expect it to be pretty much done at that point. Okay, that's a lot of torque, I feel like. There it is. I was like, we should be close. Okay, so we had a little bit of turning, not much. There's only 14 we need, right?
Yeah, the 12 is 16 foot-pounds.
Okay, so let's get the 12 on there. This is a 10. You have the 12 over there, I'm guessing? Is he a shorter one? I forget.
You have, it looks like a long 12.
So let's see, where's he at? He's the one we can't use as short, but not super long. Let's see. You said 16?
Yeah, let me double check now. Now that I said it 3 times, that means I forgot.
Yep, I understand. 16 is actually oh wow, turned it perfectly. 16.
16 foot-pounds.
Okay, 16 foot-pounds on the top one, which is our cool little dorky thing right here. See if I can put my finger on it. What do I have? You see which one I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, there you go. Actually, there's one way you can see it right here. There we go. Hold on. Okay, that's 16. Okay, so alternator done. Yes.
Yeah.
So now we have to do belt, and then
Paraphernalia.
all the
things.
accessory extra junk. Do me let's see. Actually, you can stop the video, and then we'll do a. I'm gonna do it. So if you're doing the belt and putting either the belt on or taking it off, I found this is the best placement for this. You put this socket right here, deep socket, and a breaker bar, so you can apply some torque like this, but not overwhelm or damage and put pressure on that, because that's the part of the problem we had earlier, is we couldn't get that on, so we're off. So that's the one you're going to turn. This map here is the map which we're going to live and die by with putting the new belt on. So I put my breaker bar away so I don't cross my battery terminals, and then this is the new belt. I just kind of zoomed in, I think. Let me zoom out. So this is the new belt. This is what the belts look like. Maybe a little bit sparkly shiny, but anyway, this is the belt for you. So we got the new belt. We're going to route it based on what he just showed us. Make sure that all of our surfaces are clean. We do not want any kind of gunk on this. So let's turn this light here so we can kind of see if we can see where we have to line what up. So we know we got to go up onto this and then around the tensioner. So I guess let's bring this down here. I'm not very good at puzzles, I'm not gonna lie. So this is not gonna go well the first time. Okay, so this goes like, does this go like this? Yeah, and then this one goes around the tensioner, I think. Maybe like that. And this, of course, needs to be a lot more pulled in.
You're not around the bottom pulley.
No, I was gonna go top down, tensioner. Then this. Okay. So if you start with the top, you got to then get your arm down there and figure out how to get around. So do we go between? We go around this tensioner, and then so this is the tensioner right there, and then see if we can get the
AC is down at the bottom. This goes over the idler pulley. Where's the idler pulley? This guy goes like this. Okay, I think I'm getting the idea. I think you want to start from the bottom. So let's try this again from the bottom. So stand on something. Give yourself some slack. And get this on the main pulley and let's see if this is the better way to do it. That seems like it's a better way to do it. Okay. So get yourself on that main bottom pulley first. That's the crank. And then we're gonna go across to the air conditioner. Tensioner is this guy. So the tensioner is here. Okay, and then we're on the make sure we're on the crank. Now, like I said, you can't turn the crank, so let's get it on that crank, seated good, and then pull this onto the AC one, wherever the heck the bottom of that one went. This is something you could definitely do so far, I think, yourself. This is not fun, but it is not that bad. It's awkward like everything else under a hood. Okay, so I'm on the bottom, I'm on the idler. Now what I gotta do is route this. I'm gonna use the power steering one as the last one, the very top one. So we'll kind of give ourselves a little bit of slack here. Get ourselves on the alternator, but before we do that, the alternator one has to go around the idler pulley. So the top of the tensioner goes here. How is that supposed to happen? Is this supposed to go like this? Doesn't seem right. It seems like those belts would be touching. Okay. That goes to the crank, just like the picture. Let's see. We're on the AC as well. I don't know, this idler thing is kind of weird. So this is nothing. It's just saying it goes here like this, and then around, I think, like this, like that.
You don't have the grooves against those pulleys. It's always the backside against any of the idler or the tension pulleys. So make sure that's what you've got.
So this is the back of that. The grooves are here, and then this.
What happened to my picture?
I'm not sure.
All you're doing is blind. Okay, there you go. So your tension.
So this is supposed to have more right here. So yeah, that's supposed to be here. Maybe just get this off of there. So
and grab that other one and go over the tension.
yeah, so let's get the tensioner on there.
Okay, so though the tension's gonna be one of the hardest ones to get on. You probably don't want to do this.
No, I'm off the bottom one. Dadgummit, this is really irritating. Okay, let's just see if we can figure out how this, because you said this goes on here, right? So that, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah,
the problem is how do I get this other one? How do I get the idler on?
Well, the tension, after it goes off the tension, it goes all the way to the bottom in the back. Look
Which one?
After it goes off the tension, you're supposed to go all the way down to the crankshaft.
Yep, that's where I was at.
So get it on the crankshaft.
So I think the best thing is to start on the crankshaft.
Yeah.
That's what I did earlier.
And get it tight on the crankshaft because you're not going to turn the crankshaft.
Right. It's getting it in those grooves is not easy because there's nowhere to freaking put your hands anywhere. Okay.
Okay, you're on. So just keep tension on that.
Now I'm sort of on, but not really.
Well, it looks like over here.
Oh, am I on perfect?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So then from there, I want to go around the top one, yes. So let's go to the top one.
All right, and then go to the power steering.
And then to the power steering.
Okay. All right, and then to the alternator.
Let's get this tight.
Oh, you popped off your
Crankshaft, yep.
You need to keep tension on
The crankshaft?
on both, yeah, the belt in all directions, both.
Okay. And then after this, I don't understand.
I think you're correctly around the air conditioner compressor. That was good.
That goes down like this,
Yeah, so just wrap it around.
and then this goes.
That will eventually, but you need to get it around the alternator first.
So what I need to do is I have to loosen the tension. Remember?
Yeah.
So that's why I'll have to turn the tensioner. So
But get it.
I have that here. I can't get it. So maybe what I should do is this. Get it like this. And those belts don't touch. And they seem so close. You know what I mean?
No, they won't touch. Once you look at the alternator. Once you pull it on the alternator, they won't touch.
So now I think if we can keep tension on this, I think we're there. So
I
now,
let me get the tension over here on this, so you can forget about that.
yeah. If you're by yourself, I'm not sure what you would do in that situation. This is a 14 millimeter, right? So,
Come on, Maker.
of course, this is where everybody has to be in the garage working out. It just never stops around here.
See, why is that pipe in the way?
What pipe?
Oh, that air conditioning pipe.
Because it's just stupid. Come on, you stupid socket. All right, where did that magnet go? Might have to dug out Screaming McGee over here. You see what I did with that magnet? Was it that thing? There it is. You staying hydrated there?
Oh, yeah, I'm dehydrated right now. I wasn't drinking today, so I'm rehydrating myself.
See, in youth, you have time to sit there and work out. Now, adulthood, it's work, 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 and then when you're done with work, go do some more work. Which is good. So, man, there's something sharp. I just keep. It's this stupid power steering thing. It just jabs you in the arm so much. Okay, that's on there. Now we'll get this breaker bar like we were talking about on there. Okay. Can I give it some tension? Doesn't feel like I have very much tension on that. I thought I had more earlier. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah,
Okay,
okay. Yeah. But you need to get the belt pulled over as much as you can over towards that alternator. It should look like you're nowhere near it.
Yeah, no, I can't even get torque on that thing. That thing is not budging like it did before. I wonder why that's not moving. Is there any way I can get a... See, because if I get a longer... I wonder if I get an extension. We could just try, see if we can figure
figure out if a certain extension works on this thing. Let me see if I can find a half extension. Hang on. Sockets.
All right.
I'm just trying to get this guy back.
Home stretch is always the worst part. So just freaking go. Come on. There we go. Okay. So I told you I had more room. Now, this needs to go around the alternator like that. We look clean? Nope. Here, come on.
I can't see. The crankshaft looks good.
Where did this guy come from? I remember him from earlier.
I
Maybe
think
there?
I think he was just mounting one of these things.
It's like a grounding strap. Okay, now I guess let's look at this and make sure that looks like everything is on there correctly. I think so. Can you give it another set of eyes?
Yep.
What do you think? On?
I just gotta check one more. Pulley. Yep, looks good.
Okay, okay. So,
Congratulations.
thank you. Yeah, we have nothing in the pulleys down below. I'm just trying to think we have to, so let's start, I guess, assembling. Let's find this bolt. Let's put this guy back in here. It looks like it's just a threaded 10mm, whatever.
That's probably one of the ones that fell.
Yeah, probably. What they need to do is make sockets magnetic. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, oh, that went in nice. Why couldn't they all do that? So now, we have that one. Okay. It's this one, I think, right here, right?
Yep. It's gonna be nice to see 14 volts on that alternator.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna put this on just to give me a little bit more torque. I don't really care too much because this is just looks like it's a mount to hold the ground away from the belts, so that's not going anywhere. This goes in this spot there. This was clicked on. You remember?
Yep.
I don't know if we have. My hand is like I gotta zoom back out. This is way too zoomed in. Okay, so we'll go this way. So, after doing this, what do you think? What would you rate this job?
Well, actually, it's frustrating because it's so difficult to get things in and out, but it's not that complicated of a job.
Yeah. So I would say
So it's mechanically cumbersome.
with the right tools, I'm going to stick the bag that our cool Honda belt came in right here to protect our new belt from the drip that may, in fact, occur when we go back on this. And then I'm going to put a rag right under there.
I would, yeah, get a bunch of rags.
Okay, what do you think so far, yeah?
Yeah.
That looks like mouse poop on the engine. Would you agree?
I don't know. Maybe, but it wouldn't surprise me. They'd like to get inside engines. So figure out how you're going to route that. I think it goes under.
I completely agree. Okay, so there's probably nothing left. It's ready. So I'm gonna take this out, stick my finger in there. And then toss that over here.
Can you squeeze the pipe with a rubber hose?
Not easily.
Is it going?
Yep.
Did it leak?
Just a slight amount, but I'm gonna take my glove off right now because I do not want power steering anywhere on this stuff. I'm gonna throw these gloves away and start again. This is one of those videos that's gonna be like a forever video. No one's gonna watch. They'll be like, "Oh my gosh, an hour long." I gotta get you your Scotty glasses. We'll have to do your truck tomorrow. So that'd be funny. So the hardest thing about putting these nitrile gloves on is when your hands are sweaty. They just don't go in as well. Okay, so you guys saw that we got that on there quickly. Now we gotta get this clamp. That's funny. You should not be able to do that. Okay, where's the tool?
That is probably on the table.
There we go. So let's use the cool tool my brother got me. Thank you, bro. I'd get him one, but he wouldn't want it at all. He hates working on cars. He's one of those, I'll just pay someone to do it, right?
Yep.
It's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
Oops.
Did it slip?
Yep.
Do you see where it goes?
Yeah, it's a little right there. Oh, no, go back. And then down. Yeah, right there, right there, right there.
Yeah.
Freeze. Don't. Now get it off. There.
Okay. Now, if you're doing your belt, this is where we would say you're done. So you can say you've completed your belt. You've taken the power steering line off. You've disconnected a couple of these things right here. This guy, you left this alone. You move your power steering out of the way, hopefully, just to get into here. But that's it. You guys could do this. I mean, really, you could do this on the side of the road. That's actually the easiest belt. You remember how it used to be on the old Chevys and Fords? You have to like take all the different belts off, and you know, oh, the power steering one has to come off because it's behind the alternator or whatever. That used to be the thing. So now let's lift this pump up just a little bit. I don't know if you can see my hands. Maybe you can a little bit, but there's a mount here that we took out. We're gonna put that back in. It's again one of our mini 10 millimeters.
So you found them all, because those are the ones.
Except for this guy. There's one I lost, which is that guy right there. So I'll go into the car, dig around, see if I can find him. I am low on my power steering fluid because I drained most of it all over myself in this cool project. So, throw this away. You know, I didn't do is buy Honda power steering fluid. That was an oversight.
Power steering is overrated.
Yeah, really. They say it's super formulated. You gotta have certain things. So, I don't know. What is this box? Must just be like all these fuses or something crazy. No, it's weird. I don't know what that is.
we should take it out, race the car, make it go faster. It's all weight. You don't want weight in here. Okay, so yeah, it's funny that I need that 10 millimeter to make that more snug. This guy.
You don't have any 10 millimeters?
I'll have to look. Sits right here. So that's good. I can see why there's a second bolt. Let me just check make sure I didn't accidentally find it. Maybe I did.
You might be able to borrow it from one of these other places.
I have done that in the past, and that's actually a really good idea. Where can I borrow it from? I could possibly borrow him.
Yeah, and wire tie him.
Yeah, throw a zip tie on that. 10 millimeter.
Now, we're not suggesting it be left this way. We are just waiting until tomorrow when you get replacements.
That's a 10, right?
Yeah.
That's a 12. You know, it's funny, I've used 1,000,000 10s and I've already lost all of them. So there's...
You mean all the different varieties?
Yeah, yeah. I have all the 1/4 inches, but these I've been using 3/8 this whole time. So let's see if I wonder if this is the right. Do you think this is the right one? I mean,
right. I don't know. They're all pretty common.
yeah.
The depth might be an issue.
Let's see.
Make sure it's straight.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get. There we go. Well, I think, and that's what's nice is Honda tends to do stuff like this. They think ahead. Here they are. I was like, where did all those go? Okay.
Where's your thumb wrench?
Oh, is it still going in? I have that over there, but by the time I get it, I'll be done. So I dropped one screw on the bottom of this, and so that goes like this. Oopsies. Come here. Okay. So now we've got that. So the only thing, like you said, is this right here. So let's just hit that with this. Let me see if I have a zip tie. Alright, here's a zip tie. I'm not a huge zip tie fan. I actually hate zip ties because you can't take them back off. So, plus the plastic, heat, all the good things that destroy this. So,
But for a quick fix until you get a bolt tomorrow.
Yep, so I gotta go to Honda, get a bolt
Well,
for that.
Go to Ace. Just get a 10 millimeter bolt from Ace.
You know, I'm gonna leave this on to remind me to take that off. You guys think that's a good idea? Let's do that. So, let's talk through this. We have all three connections on our alternator. That is done. We have the belt on. We have the power steering fluid back to the way it's supposed to be. And this is not leaking. So it looks like we have that on correctly. We need to add power steering fluid. So I think we're done other than looking for our stray bolt. And like I said, I'm going to go down and see if I can find that. Our battery terminal, we just need to put the positive on, put the, the stupid cover on this pretty, whatever, cover the mouse poop. Don't tell my wife. She'll make me sanitize it. And then,
does she watch your videos?
I don't know. We'll see. If she goes, hey,
My wife does, and then she'll tell her.
Yeah, exactly. My mom will tattle on me so fast. So, but hey, at least I can get the view hours up, so that's good. Okay, guys, I think we are done here. So let's see. We are taking. I don't know what time is it, Dad? Like 10 o'clock.
I have to look at my phone. Hold on.
All right, let me figure this out, and then we'll go from there. Hang on. Well, okay, we've started her up. She's running, driving down the street. Everything seems to be good. So we're gonna go ahead and call this a success.
So guys, thanks so much for everything, for liking and subscribing, and please, if you stuck with us this whole time with the channel, please know that I appreciate everything you guys do and all your comments, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks.